Hey Road Trippin' fam, we are excited to let you know that Road Trippin' is proud to be presented by FanDuel. Never played NBA Daily Fantasy on FanDuel before? Well, check this out. Right now, FanDuel is offering up to a $500 bonus instantly when you make your first deposit with a 20% deposit match. Why should you play on FanDuel NBA? Well, for one, it is easy to use when it comes to their app. What's not to love about that? But also, for example, they offer different and unique contests across sports in relation to your skill level. Oh yeah, and get this. You can play for big prizes, single game contests for the biggest national matches, and enter contests for as low as 5 cents. That's right. 5 cents. Simply incredible. So again, let's recap. Right now, FanDuel is offering up to a $500 bonus instantly when you make your first deposit with a 20% deposit match. Enter URL fanduel.com/roadtrippin to play now and get your deposit bonus. That's URL fanduel.com/roadtrippin so they know we sent you. FanDuel, more ways to win. Cheers.
Cheers.
This edition of Road Trippin' presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Allie Clifton, alongside Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson. And with the NCAA tournament, the women's coming to a close tomorrow. Yes, that means we were recording on Saturday. Who better of a guest to have than one of the best closers in the game? See what I did there? We welcome in our guest, WNBA Scoring Champ from a season ago, Arike Ogunbowale. Did I say that right?
Did actually. That was really good.
There you go.
Don't let, first of all, what she does is she'll listen to like 92 people say it. She does her research. She'll hear other people say it.
I wrote it out phonetically.
She wrote it out. See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's where the hype comes in. And then all of a sudden she gets in and she's like, oh, well, I got it on my first try. It's like,
Arike knows practice makes perfect.
I still appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Arike, how are you? Where are you at?
I'm in Russia, Kursk, Russia.
Wait, that's the name of the place?
Yeah, Kursk is the city in Russia, obviously.
How do you feel
Get
about
it together,
that?
Channing.
Wait, Kursk, Russia? Like, yo, are you safe? Are you good?
K-U-R-A, Kursk.
Oh, Kursk. I thought you said cursed.
No.
I was like, Kursk. Oh, no. I said, oh, man, we got to get you out of there, girl. Listen. I said,
what? Is this your second year there? Is this your second year? Third year?
First year, this is my second year overseas, but my first year I played in Turkey. So this is my first year in Russia.
Ooh, I love Istanbul.
Yeah, I love Istanbul as well. I did a lot. Yeah. Istanbul is
Turkey be hitting now.
Give us your favorite thing about Russia, where you are right now.
The vodka.
Like you could get a 5-star meal that you would probably pay like $200 in the States for like $50 at the most. Like it's crazy. It's so cheap. Like the money difference. So I'm over here balling on the budget.
Eating good. Eating good.
Like
you're
tipping $3 and they're like, oh, thank you, queen.
Yo, it's like, oh my God.
But with Americans, we tip. We like, here you go.
Okay. So I know that we have a lot of listeners from all over the place. One of the most random things is that in America, you tip, right? Like that is like, if you don't tip, but you don't tip in other countries. In other countries, they don't tip the same way. There's not an automatic 20% or 25% if the person did well or like gave great service. Like that is a pretty, so you're just like,
get paid like they're supposed to. I feel like the waiters and waitresses in America, they shortball them, so the tips they really need, but this is like a regular job for them, so they don't really look for the tips.
Wow. Can I say something? Can I say something that bothers me? Can I say something? This new software, and I know we're going to get to basketball. We're going to get to that. But since we're talking about tipping, does anybody else get annoyed when they put one of those, like now that they have those new swipe machines at every cafe, at every store, and all of a sudden they like flip it around at you and they look at you and it's like, you want me to tip you 20%? You just gave me a donut. Right? It's just like you just gave me a donut. First of all, like, and I don't even know if my order's going to be right or whatever, but now they flip it out. They flip it and be like, would you like to leave a tip? And then stare at you.
No, or how about when they like flip it, they look at you and then they walk away. Like, I'm not going to watch what percentage you give me. You better give me the right percentage.
Yo, come on.
One time a day where I give somebody like 5-10%. But if you literally are doing
5-10%?
No, listen.
There's a difference between a waitress
and putting it in a bag my long arms could have reached and got that myself with the tongs. You know what? If I feel good, if I like the ambiance, support small businesses, I'm gonna hit you with $2 on a $3 donut. That's a lot of percent. But listen, if you just pour me a coffee, come on, man. What Starbucks? You don't need a tip for the Starbucks.
It's behavioral.
It's an hour.
It's behavioral science. They know the pressure internally in front of someone that you're just bored. You're gonna tip. You're gonna tip.
Yeah.
Hey.
I feel like if you walk into Starbucks and they talk to you, they speak to you by name, you're automatically getting a tip.
Yeah, like that's because you go to the same Starbucks in your local neighborhood. Like when Arike goes to like get her vodka and coffee, because that's what I imagine they have in Russia. Like vodka. She goes to the same spot.
Okay, so Arike, last week, this is a funny story actually. Last week we were scheduled to do this, and then you had your game and you went out with your teammates, right? So when we found out that we were going to reschedule, Gina was like, she's going out to dinner with her teammates, and Channing or Richard was like, make sure they all have a drink for us. And we had this long text chain about vodka and Goldschlager and Jaeger. And we were like naming everything you were probably drinking at dinner.
Wine.
Wine. Yeah. Channing's like wine.
Yeah. And then Tim, yeah. What was it?
She's like, yeah.
Was it vodka and wine? So tell us about the game. Was it a big game, big win? How did you play? Like what was it? Now, again, we all understand and support it, right? We're just curious about the game.
Yeah, well, last week it was the second game of the quarterfinals. So we're in playoffs right now. So it's best 2 out of 3. So that was the second game we played. And then yesterday was the first game of semifinals, and we won that. So we play them again on the 6th. And if we win that, we go to the finals.
And how many people come to these games?
Well, they just started letting people back in for COVID, but like my city is really small. We're like the only sports team here. So usually like fully packed, but right now it's only like 25% capacity, but it's still pretty packed. So they get a good fans out here.
That's so awesome.
I wish they could stream these games, right?
Because probably like, can't.
Somebody playing on YouTube.
Huh?
I said they.
Sorry, Mike.
I said they're usually on YouTube.
What's this? Don't.
It's like he kept trying to open the door.
He doesn't even know he doesn't have thumbs.
This is
the cutest dog ever.
Shannon, you kind of look like your dog.
Not even close, dude. Topher is the tightest dog. Doesn't shed, listens.
Arike, are you guys expected to win the whole thing?
Well, the team that we would be playing in the finals is, I'm sure you've probably heard of them, the ECAT team with Bryant, Stewart, John Quill Jones, Emma Meeseman, like Sloot, Quigley, like a WNBA All-Star team. We are expected to win. Like, you never know what's going to happen, but we are not expected. I'll answer the question.
That's so awesome.
So we're a little bit on the underdogs. Let's go ahead, Allie.
I feel like you're wearing, Rich, are you wearing an Arizona?
Damn right I am.
Let's talk about the NCAA tournament, shall we? Are you able to? You're able, like, obviously you're watching right now, right, Arike? Are you able to?
I mean, some games if I'm up, like the games usually at 4 a.m. here. So last game I was asleep, definitely. But I watched the highlights and stuff when I woke up. But I woke up to like all the news about them beating them. I was like, oh wow, I missed that one.
Yeah.
First of all, you did not miss anything. Just another dominant performance by Adia Barnes and the University of Arizona women's basketball team. It's cool. No big deal. We're really excited.
Like I've watched a couple games, and they're really, really good defensively. But like, I don't know what happened. They turned into some absolute demons on defense against UConn. Like stuff where UConn looked like, I don't know, they're shooting like 60% for the tournament. I think they shot 39% last night, or 39%. And I was like, holy shit, they couldn't run an offense. They couldn't hit a shot. Like they were just moving around. Like it was like, I've seen good defense in like finals and playoffs, but it's been a long time since I've seen somebody shut down a team that I thought was like dominant like that.
Yeah.
Okay, second, Arike was a part of one of those teams. Okay, because I heard this stat from Ryan Rucco last night. I know, she's so humble. But I believe, like, correct me, I don't know, it's a low number, but I think like 5 straight where UConn has been bounced from the semis.
Yeah.
And you were a part of that.
Yeah.
So, just one. No, two.
Two.
Trying to be quick, like I really forgot. It was two.
Yeah.
Okay, so from that, like obviously UConn is UConn. Like, what is that? To Channing's point, it felt like a blowout game almost last night for Arizona to beat them in that fashion. Like when you go into a matchup with UConn.
I mean, with teams like that who like go in and play well against UConn, you just have to not worry about what's on their shirt. Like I think 99% of the teams that play them are intimidated before they walk in the gym because it's UConn, it's Gino, like everybody knows the history of it. But if you come in there like, okay, they're not expecting us to win, but if you have confidence in yourself, you know you have some kills like Ari, she's like, I mean, we have some dogs. Like if you know that, you come to a game, they the same 5 players. I mean, you playing against regular, 18 to 22-year-olds. Like it's nothing different. They're not WNBA players. Like just go out there and play your game and just trust yourself, really. And I feel like that's what, when you beat them, that's what you do.
Well, was okay, as the leader of a team, is that the message that you're giving? Is that the message, or is it that your approach? Because I know like you can lead by example. If you say, hey, look, the motherfuckers, whatever, they gonna get this work just like everybody else. I don't care if it's UConn, men's, women's, whoever it is, whoever they put out on that court gonna get this work. Is that the energy that you're giving to your teammates, or is that just kind of like the coach's message?
I feel like that's the coach's message with every team, but you have to have those players that can back it up. Like Notre Dame, we had 5 players go to the draft in my senior year. So we had me, Marina, Jess Shepard, Jackie Young, and Brianna Turner. Like we didn't care who we were playing. It didn't matter. Like we could play the NBA team and we probably would have thought we were going to win. Like that's just how we were. So we just had a lot
I would feel like that too if I was playing with like Magic, Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Jordan, and Bron. Shit.
It's like, yeah, we could beat all of them.
You're like, oh, UConn. You're like, which one? Men's team with like 2005 when they won? Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is your favorite memory from hitting those game winners?
Jeez.
Now that the dust
hitting
is
them, Allison.
What'd you say?
Probably hitting the shot.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. I mean, probably celebrating with my team. Like that year that we won was crazy. We had like 3 ACL tears. Like we played with actually like 6 people, which I'm like, that's a lot. People are like, dang, you didn't have subs, but like our players, like we couldn't get pulled. I think that's really the benefit of the year we had. Like if you messed up, the coach looked down the bench and she can't do nothing. Like, they're just shooting. She can't take us out. Like, and we bound to make it at some point. Like, you get pulled if you have like 2-3 mistakes. That didn't happen. So we were just out there playing.
Hey, you were like this. I dare you to pull me out, motherfucker.
That's what I was saying.
Like I made it.
The crazy part is weren't they both tie games? They were both tied.
When she had, yeah,
both of them were.
Yeah, they were both tied.
Oh, okay. The second one was like, oh, you know what this shit's about to be. You know what it is about to be.
But the second one, like the first one was like, okay, that's like a move and rhythm shot. Like I shot a shot like that all the time. But like with the second one, like I couldn't believe it. Like that, I was actually shook. I was like, yeah. Like obviously it's a shot, but it's like, come on now. Like you just did. Like there's no way. I thought
there's no way.
Out of bounds. I was like, there's no way it counted. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like even weeks after that, I'm like, yeah. People ask me, I'm like, I have no idea. Like I'm just
black out. You black out. Like you black out. You're like, you are that. I think the ultimate definition of being in the moment is not knowing where you're at. Right. Exactly. Not even being aware of your surrounding. Like people like, oh, it slows down and it's this. And it's like, no, that shit happened fast. I didn't know where I was at. I had to get the shot off. It went up. It went in. I was like, oh shit, that went in. What the fuck? Like, we won? It's over? Oh, cool.
But to do it like back-to-back times and to win a title on it. Like I was just like watching back. I remember in the moment watching the call with Adam Amin and Kara Lawson and Rebecca Lobo, right? And I could not believe how just so composed they were. They stayed in the booth. Like it's one of the most like epic calls ever.
Yeah.
But like how did your life change after that?
I mean, starting with Instagram, I think like from the beginning of the Final Four, I was at like 15K. At the end of the Final Four, I was at like 60. Like something just like, after the shots, like you could just see, like if you just kept refreshing my timeline, it was just going up. I'm like, God damn, like it would not stop. Like my phone was going crazy. And then obviously like after that, like the team, we went to the ESPYs, like I was able to do Dancing with the Stars, which I never even thought I would ever have. Yeah, I'll show you guys. I'm gonna bring that one up. But yeah.
Oh, we definitely gonna bring that up.
There's a lot of different things that I don't think would have happened without that. So like it was definitely a blessing. It was a lot. Like that those weeks after that was a lot, but it was definitely a blessing to be in that position.
Much fun are the ESPYs when you win?
Very fun, right? Yeah, very fun.
But wait a second.
You're like, what up, champ? You're like, what up, champ? And then you look at somebody who lost, you be like, what's up, loser, over there? The champion side.
Channing's so petty, just like
so
unnecessarily.
Listen,
petty.
that's the one time I will ever go to the ESPYs in my entire life, and I went as a winner. So fuck everybody else. I'm out. I literally was like, had the greatest time ever. I'm out. People
I'm okay with that.
I don't get that. I don't get.
I was drunker at the ESPYs.
He stole the ESPY.
I still have the ESPY.
Stole the ESPY.
Well,
you
no,
know you're supposed to give it back.
Who are you giving it back to?
Yeah,
No,
walk off the stage, so you just kept it.
No, so basically what happened was we won like 4, our team or that like series won like 4 ESPYs. It was like best moment, like biggest shot, best team, like there was a bunch of them. And so we had been up, it's like the 3rd or 4th time that we had been up there. And so at that point in time, like I'm seeing double, which is weird because there's a crowd in front of us. So double that crowd. So I just hold it and I'm like, Dan Gilbert ain't here. Fuck LeBron. He's got enough in his trophy case. T. Lue ain't here. Those are the only 3 people that I could actually like have to give it up to. It's Bron, Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cavs, or T. Lue, our head coach. And fuck Bron. And Dan Gilbert and T. Lue weren't there. So I was just like, oh, this shit's coming home with me. This shit's coming home with me.
I didn't know that you don't take the ESPY anyways.
No, you have to go right back, and then you have to buy it.
I
don't
think. Actually, you might buy it. I think maybe the team bought it. But
no,
yeah.
so it says on it like best team. So like it was engraved with our shit on it. It said best team. I don't need it to say best team Cavs. It just says best team. So like that was enough for me to take that home. Right? It's like, oh, you don't have an ESPY? Like, oh, okay, cool. My little guy was playing with the ESPY the next morning. It was like, I'm still hungover. Go play with this trophy. Yeah.
That's actually really funny. Richard Channing, did you guys ever hit a game winner?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Look, we're not Arike. We're not her, right?
I'm not asking to compare. I'm asking for your story.
We are not as good as she is.
We know that.
But like, yes, we've look, you can't play more than 10 years in this league without accidentally hitting some shit.
Remember
right? Like that's
actually kind of hit a game winner and then didn't know.
I'm one of 4 people in the history of the NBA to hit back-to-back game winners on back-to-back nights.
Really? Because she did that. She did that to win a national championship.
Yeah,
you did
Richard,
that in
we're
December.
not comparing.
You did that in December. You did it in
Can't
December.
eat filet mignon all the time. Sometimes you got to eat a double cheeseburger because it feels good. That was my regular season bullshit. We didn't even make the playoffs that year. It's special. We won 48 or we won 41 games that year. We were 500. And obviously in the Western Conference, you had to win 50 games to get a spot, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, no one cares, Channing. My biggest thing, Arike, is that it's more of the fact that you won the national championship because I lost and Channing didn't go to the Final Four. So like he doesn't know what that means. So like
not a play. If you don't have good guard play, you're not going to a Final Four, Richard.
I saw your turnover in the Elite Eight. It was
one
trash.
Turnover?
Richard, it doesn't matter if it's the most important
28,
turnover.
14, and 6.
It doesn't matter. It
How
doesn't
much
matter.
Someone knows
do
his
you
stats.
want from me?
Hey, wait a second.
Big
wait a
man.
second.
I don't dribble the ball up the court.
Look at
this. I don't dribble the ball up the court. I'm 7 foot.
If Arike would have turned over the ball, if she would have had one turnover at the last part of the game, she ain't doing Dancing with the Stars. So like, yes, that one turnover was key. It's cool, man. And that was even in the Elite Eight. That wasn't even like the best team.
23, and all of a sudden, before
who's you?
Has turnover.
You said who's you? You mean you? We say we as in you, not me. I was not a part of that.
I got the team up by 24. And all of a sudden, Darren Williams, who is an all-star in the NBA, and D. Brown, and who's the other guy?
This ain't about you, Arike.
I was going to say, let's.
It's not this.
No, don't go down this rabbit hole.
Before we change subjects, though, I do want to get your thoughts. Oh wait, because this will air after, so actually, let's not. But do you have someone? Do you think it'll be Arizona or Stanford?
You know what you want to say.
The pack, baby. The pack. You're going to say Arizona so we can just post Arike's vote is Arizona.
I'm a Ari fan because I feel like all the awards this year, like she, from the day college basketball, her senior year started, or whatever this year, her 5th year, she's been balling. Like, I feel like she should have got more, praise than she has. So I feel like she's getting the talk that she's been deserving all year. So I hope she wins it, to be honest.
What was the whole thing I saw? Was Arizona left out of a promo or something, and she did the actual like promo thing like during the game last night?
It probably happened. The media is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
No, don't get Richard started. Don't get Richard started.
I don't. I guess the media is ridiculous. I'm actually agreeing with her.
I'm talking about the NCAA.
Oh, I fucking hate the NCAA. And it's like, it's not that I hate them. Like, I think they need to be abolished. I just think that they need some serious. I don't hate them. I just wish they didn't exist. I said I don't think that they need to be abolished. I just think that they need some serious soul searching as into what their whole message and what their goal is. Right now, it seems like their goal is all about money. And I think they've lost that. And because so much money has been coming in, so at times you can focus on that. Like, I know, Arike, you've had so many of these conversations probably with your teammates about how the women's team was treated in the bubble. And I know, and this is what's so funny, and I don't want to speak for you, but I imagine that when you saw the videos of the weight room and all that stuff, you were like, oh, this shit been going on forever.
No, 100%. I wish we were big on social media back then, but because I'm talking about back then, like it took me, I was just in college like 2 years ago, but still, like, I feel like still things which, like, we weren't on TikTok, like all that going viral, that type of stuff, like that wasn't happening. So I'm glad it is, because it's ridiculous. It's always been ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the thing. They say, oh, well, the women's team, our women's programs don't generate as much money. And it's like, yeah, but the idea is that all of that money is supposed to go into a pot and then even it out so that everyone has the same facilities, the same access to everything. Shoot, part of the reason why they have a gym at Arizona that they built is because they were having, like, it was like men's basketball, women's basketball, volleyball, all of that was like, all of these, we were all forced to like share one gym. So it was like they needed like they needed another gym. Like, don't get me wrong, I got no problem with that, but you could just see like who had priority, who doesn't have priority. It was like based off of like, the bullshit. But I'm glad that it's getting the attention that it deserves, because this has been going on for a long time.
Arike, do you have women, girls, anyone from the NCAA that are looking to you just in the WNBA in terms of, ideas, ways in which you guys can help create that change?
I mean, I feel like we talk about it all the time. Like, it really, like, as much as you can do as a WNBA player, like as a person with a platform, like, it's literally the people in charge to be able to be like, okay, we're actually going to invest in this. We're actually, because like we could talk about it all day, but with the people that have the power to actually do it, they have to make the decision to do it. So hopefully that's changing now that people are, getting called out and more things are happening and it's being talked about more. But it's really those people to really make that decision to invest in women's sports, as they should. Like, I don't even know who's in the Final Four for the men's, but obviously I know for the women, but I see like my timeline, even that was kind of rude, but whatever. But
no, it's not rude. It's not rude. No, it's not rude, because
I don't know if I can. Hold on. Fuck college basketball. UCLA. No lie, I think college basketball stinks.
It does.
It stinks. It's slow. Like, women's college basketball is so much better than men's. It's like,
it's skilled.
It's like, dude, men's basketball is basically like the coach telling these kids what to do: dribble, shoot, pass, cut through, screen, re-screen. They don't set the screen right. They don't know how to play basketball. Like, everything can't be a play. Like, why are you posting up that much? There's no spacing. like anybody can be good at college basketball if you're just big and just stand there.
Is that how you did it? Is that how you did it? You were just big and you just stood there?
I gave buckets.
Oh,
3
God,
buckets.
You know what everyone can't be good at?
There's only maybe 2 of us on here that were lottery picks, Richard. Oh
my God. 13 is a lottery pick, Channing.
It is
13
not.
is
That's
a
the
lottery.
end.
Bet
even know what pick
1,000.
Arike was.
Bet 1,000.
I'm
Bet
about to say,
1,000.
to be honest, I just missed the top 4 lottery. I was 5.
Ooh.
I was gonna say, did you even know?
Oh,
No. Is that the lottery on
So
the
the lottery
WNBA?
was only the first 4 teams.
Yeah.
And I got picked 5.
No. You lottery
Oops.
are no. Lottery in my book.
Yeah.
yeah.
Top 10. Top 10.
You know, Channing, you were top 10.
everyone can't do
I
that?
thought about staying for my senior year, but I just decided against it.
I know, Richard, because they would have saw all your flaws at your jump shot, and then you would have been second round pick.
That's not even funny, you idiot.
We're gonna move on. These two are in rare category. Arike, can we talk about Dancing with the Stars?
Oh,
I watched that show religiously. Oh my gosh. Did you love it? Tell me all about it. Was it hard?
It was like, I'm like, obviously, okay, basketball national championship, like thousands and thousands of people in the gym or whatever. It was like my first practice when he came to South Bend, like my coach, Nielle, she wanted to come watch. I was so shy. I was like, I don't want anybody looking at me right now. Like, I could play in front of 100,000 or however many people, but like just 2 people watch me dance. I was like, turn around. Like, I'm gonna learn this.
Who was your partner? Who was the pro?
Gleb.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually Russian, like, which is actually ironic. That was my first Russian I've met, and now I'm here. But still, like, that was so, I think, like, obviously I had confidence, but I think it definitely, like, helped me a lot with just, like, doing things in front of people. I obviously talked in front of people and stuff, but, like, I dance. Like, that's not something I do all the time. Like, obviously I'm good at basketball, but I'm not a dancer. So, like, having to learn something new and then perform it on TV, like, that was beyond me. So
ballroom dance is no joke.
My
wife was doing it professionally for a couple of years, or tried to, not professionally, but competing, right? And she was just like exhausted afterwards. And I was like, oh, what are you doing? Dancing? Man, she had me out there trying to do this shit. I was drenched in sweat.
Like,
shit is
in
hard.
school at the time, so my dance partner, he had to like fly to South Bend. Like, so this is after the tournament, so I'm still in school. He had to fly to South Bend. We practiced for like 4 hours a day. Like, I didn't even play basketball after the tournament. Like, we had dance practice for 4 hours a day. After the week, like on Friday, we would fly to LA. Like, I would be out there for the weekend. The show would be on Monday, and then I had to red eye back to South Bend and have class on Tuesday. Like, the schedule was crazy. I was like, this was, I could have passed the ball.
But listen, look.
Why did you finish school?
Checks is nice though.
Why'd you finish school?
Oh yeah, and they actually let me get paid. At first they were saying no, like obviously NCAA, but they ended up granting it. I was like, what?
Because your eligibility is over. Your eligibility is done. It wasn't?
This is my junior year. So they allowed me to get paid, which was crazy.
How did they allow that bullshit? Fuck. Like, I'm going to start a contest called something, I don't know.
They worded it like, because, okay, like the wording that's usually like, you can't use your athletic abilities to like get money or whatever it is. But they're saying like the prize money I would get for dancing, how they worded it is because of my dancing abilities, not basketball. Like, so however far I went in the competition to get the money was because of my dancing.
So hold on.
I'm on the show because of basketball, but
first of all,
that's what I'm saying.
To you.
Yes, kudos to you. We're not creating. We're not giving you shit. We're just showing it. It's like the idiocy that you're just like, okay, so this is the loophole. So because she is a national champion, fucking star stud, all of this other stuff, that's why they want her on the show, and then she can make money for being on the show. But it's really because she is an amazing basketball player. Does nobody see the fucking absurdity in that? Like,
that's incredible.
I fucking hate the NCAA so much. Just I can't wait to work for them. I can't wait to work for them.
Like tap dancing with the universe, where like we just pay all the college kids.
Right.
Like, here, come on our show. We have one in each city for each university. And then we just kind of hit them off, and everybody wins. Nobody gets kicked off for the years that they're in college.
I have never watched an episode of Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, what was your favorite dance? The Roomba?
The merengue.
Tango? I said that right? The Roomba?
No, I think that's a
the rumba is the thing I got downstairs, girl.
I said Roomba, not rumba.
No, Roomba is the vacuum.
Okay,
aren't they the same thing?
Whatever. The tango, the salsa. There's all of these, right?
The foxtrot.
I did the foxtrot. I think that was my favorite performance. It was hard. Like you got to glide.
I know it's hard. Listen, I'm here.
But I think it was fun. At the end of the day, it was fun for sure.
Okay, how far did you get?
I got past the first round, and then
that's all that matters.
Which I was kind of, like me and Kareem, we got kicked out at the same time. But he was just standing and going in a circle. Like I was really out there dancing. Like he was just going in a circle. His partner was like 5 foot. So she's doing all these moves around him. He's just like this, smiling. But he was so sweet. Like all the people I met on the show, like the celebrities, they were so nice. Like obviously I was the youngest person there, but they were all really cool.
You were on Dancing with the Stars. That's fucking mind blowing. Yeah, that's so because the only one that I've ever seen, and I don't know if I watched the show, but when they put Carlton, Alfonso Ribeira on it, I was like, well, first of all, this dude has been a professional dancer and was in like Michael Jackson Pepsi commercials at like 8. He's going to fucking win, people. He's got his own dance, the Carlton. He's got his own dance. He's going to win. So I'm not going to lie, because I was a big, fan from Fresh Prince. Like I think I might have watched like all the performances, but I've never seen a show. I think I'm just not their demographic.
What does your family think? Because you come from a very athletic family. Obviously.
They loved it. Like,
what does athletic family mean? What does that mean?
Brother plays in the NFL. Mom played at DePaul. Like
that means that her brother isn't Logan,
which is Cheating's brother.
Wait, my brother is 6'1" and like built like a pear.
That's a great. I know Logan's like yes, he is. Logan's like my little. He's like my little brother. Poor Logan. I'm sorry, Logan.
How about this?
There is no better way. I don't think he's built like a pear, but like, have you seen the movie Twins? I know that's a dated reference, but let's just say this: they look a lot alike in the face. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so would Logan ever get a tattoo, Channing, of you like Arike's brother got of her?
I mean,
no.
Or is it just like your face?
It's
he's got the thigh. He got the thigh joint.
It's the SI cover. We're hitting that game winner.
Oh, that's kind of tight.
Well, Channing's never been on an SI cover, so Logan would never get it. That's
I've been on 2. Oh, do a fact check, bitch.
First of all, just because you're in the background of somebody else's highlight,
I'm the tallest person, Richard. I'm always in the back.
Okay,
I'm 7 foot tall. I can't be in the front.
20-second timeout.
Yes.
Arike, what did your family think of you being on Dancing with the Stars?
The original question. They were excited. Like my parents, they came out to LA, like Dancing with the Stars, like they came out to LA, got a hotel.
That's an extra benefit.
Well, but yeah, so they came out there. My parents actually like Dancing with the Stars because we're from Wisconsin. So my dad loved Donald Driver, and he was on the show like whenever he was playing football or whatever, or after, something like that. So they were in there excited. They were super excited. So they loved it.
What part of Wisconsin? Ew.
Milwaukee.
Yo, low key? There's some rumors coming out of Milwaukee now. Okay.
It ain't low key. I mean, it's low key because people don't know, but I know.
We used to play what are they, like the Spice Gym Rat or Spice Gym Rat? Huh?
Spice, that's Indiana.
Yeah, Spice is Indiana.
But Playground Warriors?
Yeah.
Playground Elite? Yeah, that's Milwaukee.
Channing, get your demographics right. Indiana people, Ohio people, Wisconsin people.
Midwest.
Yeah, it's just like
different. Listen, look, when you're from Arizona, you gotta play one of them 3 teams. You like, look, we gotta play different music. No. When you keep saying you, Richard,
you.
We're on the same AU team.
We won. We were nice. Ali keeps trying to get us on track. I'm sorry, Arike. We argue quite often.
Well, I want to put you guys to the test and see what you can ask Arike as I find this tattoo of her brother to show Channing.
Okay. Oh, Channing, I've seen it because some of us research. It's cool, Arike.
This is better if I don't research. This is genuineness. This is what makes it good.
Genuineness is not a word.
It is now, motherfucker.
Arike, when do you come back to the States?
At the end of April, so I have a little less than a month.
And then you just dive right into the season.
Like our first game is like May 14th.
What?
Crazy.
You guys, and okay, so how much of a break do you get from the end of the WNBA to the start of your let's say European season?
I mean, usually contracts are like 10 days after your season ends. It's crazy.
And it's fucked up because like you guys make good money over there. You guys
add it up though.
Yeah, you guys make good money over there. So it's like we all know that the life cycle for all of us is very, very short, like as athletes. So you're like, hey, while they're giving the bag, you got to take the bag. But that can't. And we had Angel on here, and she was talking about like we were talking about Diana Taurasi. She like stopped playing in NBA for a little bit so she could like get some breaks.
If a team will offer me whatever they offer, $1-2 million to stay, like, see you WNBA, y'all are not paying me. Yeah, I would have did that too. I wish somebody offered me something like that.
Yeah.
So in your second season, second season, you were the scoring champ.
Mm-hmm.
There are rumblings out there that you could be the MVP this year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, always the goal. I think that was my goal, even coming in as a rookie. That's just where my confidence.
Talk that shit. Talk that shit.
Just
walking like you're talking.
That's what I'm saying. How I view myself, I always think anytime I step on the court, like I want to be the best player. So that's obviously, a goal of mine this year. It's a goal of mine every year. So we'll see.
So
okay.
If you don't mind, you do have a 24 chain on.
I do.
Right? So
yes. Explain
why. And then for people listening, like, has Kobe influenced you? Like, what is that relationship like? And like, how has he influenced your game?
Channing, great question.
Well, I've always been a big fan of Kobe. Like you said, 24 chain. Like I've been wearing 24 since I was, young. And I actually wore number 8 for soccer when I used to play soccer. But I've always worn 24. What'd you say?
Great number.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Ignore him.
No, yeah. So that's always been my number, and I've never, met him until after the tournament. Like
he reached out, right?
No, yeah. Well, Ellen. I went on the Ellen show, and then he was like the surprise guest. Like he came out, gave me a jersey, gave my dog, whose name is Kobe, like had a dog jersey for him. It's actually the cutest thing. Signed it and everything. Like so, he was like, "This is probably the only time in my life I'm ever gonna sign a dog jersey." I was like, "Bet." But yeah, so we got that, and then after that, like I went out to LA before the WNBA, like after my senior year to work out, and then I hit him up, and like he let me come to his studio. He did a detail on Kyrie at the time, so like I watched him do that. Like we sat in his office, talked for like 2 hours. Like just he didn't have to do any of that. Like he's such a like stand-up, like he didn't have to do any of that. He really truly cared for women's basketball and wanted to see it go higher. Obviously, he had his daughter playing that, so like he really genuinely cared for women's basketball players and wanted to, help them however he could. So he definitely, gave me advice whenever we were able to create that relationship. So it was nice.
So for the people that don't remember that moment in time, the motivation in between the semifinals and the finals, right? Like talk about like kind of like it was Mamba mentality that was going around. Yeah. Talk about like when you saw that message, kind of take people through it. I don't want to like give your story, but take people through what happened over this course.
So basically, he was at the game on UConn side. Like he's always been a UConn fan. He was sitting with UConn. He knows Gino and stuff. So he's watching the game, and after the game, like after I hit the shot on UConn, he was saying like he basically tweeted like good game, blah blah blah, like all that stuff. Like he tweeted at me. I'm like, and I didn't see it at first, but one of my teammates after I came out of the room, she was like, "Hey, I gotta show you something." Then she showed me the like tweet. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I'm dang about to fall out. I'm like, "Oh shit," yeah, but. So then, like, I ended up tweeting back. I was like, "Wow, like life complete, blah blah blah." And it's like, it's not basically not complete. You get the championship. I'm like, right,
yeah,
like,
right. You're like,
you're right.
Yeah. And then you went and did it. So was there more pressure when he said that? Because that was the thing to me. That's what I remember. Everybody was like that game winner. Obviously, this generation's all like Kobe fans, and so it was like. You retweeted what he had tweeted and was like, job's not finished. And like everybody, like, in my opinion, that was kind of like involved in just like the journey and watching and the story and the shot, you were like, oh shit, what's she gonna do in the finals now? Kobe kind of challenged her because Kobe was putting out challenges to like Giannis, like go win an MVP. He was like kind of slowly starting to like embrace the retirement, but still challenging younger players. So like that opportunity randomly popped up, and then all of a sudden, what's the next 48 hours? I'm not saying that Kobe had any impact, but like being one of your legends, and like all of a sudden he's at you, job's not finished, and you're like, fuck, job ain't finished, right? Like, what's that like?
I think in general, I mean, we knew like, yes, I hit that shot, but that's at the end of the day, that's still the semifinals. Like we still had a whole, 40 minutes to play. And we really didn't play that well in the first 20 minutes. Like we scored 3 points in the second quarter, 3 points. It was off of and one of a post player. Like Mississippi State was locking us up. Like we couldn't do anything. Like it was crazy. And then when we came back, but that year, like my junior year, we would be down every game. We came back from like 23 to Tennessee and ended up winning by like 14. Like this was like an ESPN game. We just got blown out by Louisville, like the ESPN game before. We were down 23, ended up coming back 14. So like a lot of games we played down. So honestly, at halftime of the championship game, we were like, I mean, we've been here before, which really helped because we were down like 13, I think, in the national championship. And then we came back and won it. But yeah, that was a tough one. that was a tough one.
Yeah, when they start hitting you with that type of like, oh, coach, I know we're down 13, but you ain't got nobody else you can bring in the game. So
exactly.
That's how you're able to come back.
I remember calling one of my college coaches. She's an All-American from Mississippi State, and I remember calling her after that game, and she was at the Final Four. She's now at West Virginia. She coaches at West Virginia now, but she just kept decline. She was so pissed. Like, I don't want to talk to you about this. Like, she was so mad. Do you have someone that, whether it be on the women's side or the men's side, that, and maybe Kobe was that for you, that you looked up to as a little girl, and then now as you like have come into your own in the league, do you have someone on the the NBA side that you kind of emulate your game after?
Honestly, I get that question a lot, but I really don't think I try to make my game like anybody's. Like, whenever I'm in the gym, like, obviously you get inspiration from people. You watch moves. Like, some of my favorite players to watch are Westbrook. I love his intensity. I like watching Bradley Beal, Jason Tatum. Like, those are really 3 players I like to watch now. But other than that, like, I just try to do what I do. Like, I don't try to be like anybody else. Like I said, you get inspiration, but I just try to play my game, definitely.
Okay. So Elena Deladon was on here with us, and we were asking, like, okay, like, you're a star, you're a stud, you're this, that. Who was it that when you first came into the league, like, gave you that work? And she was like, Tamika Catching. She's like, Tamika Catchings is the reason why I had to go start like lifting in the off season. Cause I was like, oh, she's older and like, she's like towards the end of her career, but she's good. And she was my favorite player. And all of a sudden I got on court and like, I couldn't catch the ball. She was did it. Who was it that like, I know you're a stud, I know you're a star, but all of a sudden you got to the league and you're like, oh, I'm gonna try this person. You're like, oh, okay, this motherfucker real.
They real.
Like it for my rookie year, Maya didn't play, Diana didn't play, Sue didn't play. And like at the guard position, those really the 3 like the top. So like
of all time.
I was like literally the whole time. Yeah. So like it was anybody that I was like, oh yeah, like I'm ready to, like I really wanted to play them, but that couldn't happen. So
no,
like I didn't have that moment.
If anybody else, but like when you looking at like the top guards is Diana, Maya, and Sue, and they were all sitting. So it's like,
yeah. Oh, I know that. And we talk so much about, the game, and it's, Anthony Davis is hurt and LeBron James is hurt. Like, imagine the WNBA. You got Maya out, you got Diana out, you got Sue Bird out. That's literally like having like Steph, LeBron, and Giannis out. Like, people don't understand. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get your answer this way. I'm going to take Richard's thing just based off of your answer and twist it. So as a scorer, who's that one defender that you're like, I got to bring it?
She going to say the same shit.
No, I'm gonna give it to Brittany Sykes. I think she's a really, really good defender. She's long. She can move. Like, she's athletic. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it to her. Okay. That's my homie.
Yeah.
Okay. So the one person should.
Your Mount Rushmore of greatest of all time WNBA players.
Ooh.
Who is it?
Ooh.
Mount Rushmore. So I'm not asking for one. They're just on the mountain.
People that have played, or like I think will be, even if they're still playing.
Your opinion. Who you think?
Okay.
We'll give you a starting 5.
Diana. Also like guards and posts.
Yeah, anybody.
Whatever you think.
Okay, Diana. I have to give it to Candace. Candace Parker. Diana, Candace, Sue. I'll say
where's Cheryl Swoops? Yeah.
Swoops.
People don't. Yeah, that was my generation. Like I grew up watching, like Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, like Tina Thompson. Like you're just like they just came out the gate winning all of them, and they were like, well, is there really a league if one team just wins all this shit to start it off? And it was like, well, y'all motherfuckers put this team together.
Yeah. Right. And I think
who's your
Elena? Elena Deladon for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. I think 3 out of the 5 on the podcast. Now we might have 4 with you. You just got, win a couple more.
I see y'all.
Yeah.
Listen, look, we're top of the notch now. You gotta get back. We don't fuck with scrubs now. Ain't no scrubs here.
Well, it lets you on here.
This is my shit.
Arike, we don't want to keep you. Obviously, it's late there, right? What time is it?
It's like 9. Oh, it's only 8. Not too terrible.
Gotta watch some Russian Hulu shows.
Do they? Yeah. Do they? Okay. What is it like there? What like?
I am so curious because your curtain game is weak.
I've never been to Russia. Curtain game.
All choices and stuff like that is very interesting. Like the furniture and everything is just like, but it's a nice apartment, like 2-bedroom and spacious.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's cool out here. Like I'm from the Midwest, so life doesn't move too fast out there. So this is really my type of speed. Like,
so that's probably a step up from Milwaukee.
No, don't do Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a great place.
I agree. It's really fun in the summertime too.
Yes,
yeah, but the summer.
Yeah.
Enrique, the summer lasts 3 weeks.
The biggest
3
festival.
weeks. Yeah, the summer lasts 3.5 weeks. So it's a great time.
Bugs.
Who are you guys talking about heat? You're from Arizona. Like,
yeah, but Arizona is literally one of the greatest states in America.
Bye.
Yes.
Back to Russia. Do you have any plans tonight?
Tonight, no.
Oh, she just grinding, working. That's it. That's just
like, listen, she got the X's on the thing waiting to come back home. She ready to come.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do when you come back home? That is actually a good question. Thank you, Jenny.
Way to pat yourself on the back, Jenny.
Probably get some food, like get some seafood, like some crab legs, some lobster, all that good stuff. See my dogs.
In Russia?
Not really. Like they have it, but like the season is just not up to par. Like
they
have
seasoning
food out here. Don't get me wrong, but nothing seasoned. Like you have to.
Food.
Huh?
Your favorite food there? Your favorite meal there?
I eat salmon all the time out here. Like salmon, vegetables, and probably some rice. Like that's my go-to.
What's something Russian that you're like, okay, this is
honey cake.
Honey cake?
It's crazy, like crazy. It's like a cake and it's like 4 layers, but it's like the same thing in each layer. I don't know how they make it, but it's absolutely delicious.
Okay, little honey cake Russian. Okay, I need to. Timothy Mozgov, send us some honey cakes. If you ever hear this.
Okay, give us one word that we can use on a daily basis in Russia, and then in Russian, and we'll let you go.
Privyet. That means hi.
What?
One more time.
Privyet means hi.
It means hi. Privyet.
Privyet. Privyet. Yeah, that means hi.
Privyet.
Privyet.
Yeah, privyet.
Privyet. How about when I need my guys to stop talking so that I can get back on track? What do I say?
At that point, you just gotta.
She's like, I've been on this for 45 minutes and I don't know how you keep any sort of control. She's like, just start muting. Allie, you do have a mute button.
I do, but I don't want to disrespect you guys that way. All right, Arike, you're amazing. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much for taking the time. We're so glad that it worked out.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck. Can't wait
play.
to see you. Can't wait to
Good
see you in the
luck.
WNBA.
Yeah.
Tune into Dallas this summer.
Okay. Talk to him, girl.
Oh my gosh, we are like, Kay, did you
Why?
say come to Dallas?
I said tune in. Y'all can come to Dallas
Oh,
too.
I was like,
I
yes.
like Dallas. Dallas. Hey.
I mean, Texas is open, so
Texas is open.
Texas
y'all
is
gonna be
open.
good.
Yeah.
Arike, you're the best. It's another edition of Road Trippin'. Hey Road Trippin' fam, we are excited to let you know that Road Trippin' is proud to be presented by FanDuel. Never played NBA Daily Fantasy on FanDuel before? Well, check this out. Right now, FanDuel is offering up to a $500 bonus instantly when you make your first deposit with a 20% deposit match. Why should you play on FanDuel NBA? Well, for one, it is easy to use when it comes to their app. What's not to love about that? But also, for example, they offer different and unique contests across sports in relation to your skill level. Oh yeah, and get this. You can play for big prizes, single game contests for the biggest national matches, and enter contests for as low as 5 cents. That's right. 5 cents. Simply incredible. So again, let's recap. Right now, FanDuel is offering up to a $500 bonus instantly when you make your first deposit with a 20% deposit match. Enter URL FanDuel.com/roadtrippin to play now and get your deposit bonus. That's URL FanDuel.com/roadtrippin so they know we sent you. FanDuel, more ways to win.